Good morning, YTPC. How y'all doing this morning? A buddy of mine that I met through a car meetup. The last handful of days he's been posting about it. Happy to be getting up on this side of the bed or something like that, getting out of bed in the morning, and that's definitely something that some people can struggle with. So if y'all are watching this, I'm not going to say congrats on getting out of bed, because you might be watching this in bed, depending on where you're at or when you see it, but congrats on waking up. I know some people struggle with certain things in life, and it might seem like it'd be better off if you weren't here, but in the big scheme of things, I'm glad you are, and I hope you have a good day. Sitting out on my dock at my lake place, enjoying a morning smoke. I got some Cornell and Deal exclusive in this 7 Elliot Leonardo. It's inspired by Leonardo da Vinci artwork. This was a Dublin style, and I didn't bring my wind cap, and it's a little breezy, so I'm going to have to use my fingers as a wind cap if I don't burn them off first. But hope everybody's doing good today. I've been kind of relaxing at this place and haven't been feeling like making too much content, but this morning I decided to, so grab the camera down here by the water, stop in and say hey. But I want to talk a little bit about my smoking journey over the years. I've never smoked a cigarette, whether hand rolled, machine rolled, manufactured, whatever. Never smoked a cigarette. But for my when I got married back in 2002, my best man threw a party and he wanted to get some cigars. So we went to, we were up in the Buffalo area, we went to the Walden Galleria, and there was a tinderbox there, and we picked up a box of cigars. It was like a box of 25 or 50, I can't remember which, but a machine roll made from scraps, but they were kind of like a Swisher Sweet style. I mean, they were bigger than a Swisher Sweet. They were proper style cigars, but they kind of had a Swisher Sweet-ish flavor. And so I had those at the bachelor party. We went through more than half of them, probably like 3/4 of them, but I had a handful left over, so I started enjoying those. And since then, I started branching out into other ones. Within a year or two, I had finished those off, and I'd gone back and tried some other stuff, and I can't remember the next cigar I bought, but I soon discovered Arturo Fuentes and fell in love with the Hemingway series, especially the short story, because it's just a quick little 30-45 minute smoke for me. Easy to light with that figurado small end. It had good flavor. I've also tried many other ones over the years, cows and LFDs, and I've tried quite a few, too many to name. And probably for the last decade or more, I've thought about picking up a pipe. But when I think about it, I didn't think about going online to look at pipes or trying to find a local pipe shop or anything like that. And even before, I just want to preface this too, back when I started smoking cigars, my now ex-wife was worried about what it would do, because smoking's bad according to everything the government says. And I did my own independent research on smoking cigars and found some research that said smoking an occasional cigar is not going to be that detrimental to your health. And they defined an occasional cigar as 1 to 2 cigars a day, and I was smoking one every month or two, so not too concerning for me. But anywho, but thought about picking up a pipe, but just think about it passing. Never actually went ahead and did it. And in May of 2022, the opportunity finally presented itself. My father was in the hospital in his final days of his life, and I went out to do some antiquing with the wife, second wife, gotten remarried. And while I was there, I found a state pipe. It was a buffalo head, and it was about 10-15 bucks. I was like, what the heck. So I picked it up, and next day I went to a local tobacco shop, cigar and tobacco shop that had some stuff, and picked up a couple of blends. Didn't know really what I wanted, but I picked up a Sutliff's Heavy English and some rum and maple. Watched some YouTube videos on how to pack and smoke a pipe. I'm sure it was Mutton Chop Piper. I can't remember exactly, but and enjoyed the first one I did was the rum and maple, and a couple days later I did some Heavy English, and I enjoyed both of them. And I went a couple of months before I went and bought any more tobacco or pipes. And it was March of 2023 when I actually bought my second pipe. It was a Brigham Mountaineer. And then shortly thereafter I started looking on eBay for estate pipes. And in 2023 I think I purchased 160 pipes maybe. So the pipe addiction disorder, pipe acquisition disorder, the PAD, had taken over, and then I also started buying quite a few more blends in my cellar. Expanded quite drastically as far as just my smoking cellar, or my smoking tobacco, not necessarily cellared tobacco, but just what I had on hand started to expand quite drastically. So now I think I'm up to about, I think I've got about 100 blends available to smoke. I've got a handful more that I have purchased that I haven't opened yet, but I don't have any jars that I want to put it in. I think I've tried about 110 or 115 different tobaccos. But this is only my second smoke of this exclusive. And anybody that's had this before, it does have a bit of a kick to it as far as nicotine. But it's also got a pretty good spicy kick. This blend boasts to be 50% Perique, so it is a spicy meatball. But the Virginias in it still sing through. I get some of that, the dark fruit, the grassiness, like lemongrassy, citrusy, and a little bit of breadiness on it. And definitely has lots of kick on that spiciness on the retrohale. But anyway, so about 2 years ago I picked up my first pipe. I think I've had 4 cigars since then. I love the look of the pipe, the look of a pipe hanging out of my mouth. I get a lot of compliments from people about it, and how they love that about me, seeing me walk around here with a pipe. And I also love the variety. I mean, cigars, yes, there are a lot of cigars out there, but variety of cigars, in my opinion, pales in comparison to the variety of pipe tobacco. And when you look at the cost per bowl, I'm not going to talk about the cost including pipes and other accessories, but just actually like a cigar. The cigars I would smoke are typically between $7 on the low end, and I have spent $70 on a cigar. You know, I can buy a pipe and buy a corncob pipe for $8. Buy an ounce of tobacco, and that's going to give me 10 smokes out of it, for $3. And a Bic lighter and grab a nail for a tamper, you can spend $15 and you can, have 10 bowls of tobacco. And the ritual of packing your pipe and lighting it and tamping it, and I tend to contemplate more when I'm smoking a pipe versus a cigar. Now, at the same time, trying to keep a pipe lit versus keeping a cigar lit, that's night and day difference. Especially when I'm doing something like chatting with y'all. The cigar is going to stay lit way easier than a pipe would, and I tend to smoke, I would say 4 to 7 pipes a week now. So I think my tobacco usage has gone up slightly from where I used to be with cigars. But what this does for my mental health, decompressing, relaxing, contemplating, planning what I'm going to do today, tomorrow, etc. It outweighs the potential health benefits or health issues from enjoying tobacco. But I'm not saying that it is good for everybody to have some tobacco, but for me, the rewards are worth the risk. And I encourage all y'all to do your own independent research on that and try to filter through all of the smoking studies that just assume that all smoking is exactly the same, because I do not inhale. And do some retrohaling on some breaths, but I will say I do like cigars better because they don't tend to dry my mouth out as much. But overall, I still prefer the pipe. I mean, the cost effectiveness of it. I mean, even with a tobacco like Gentleman's Rum Vanilla, I'm looking at about $1.50 maybe for a bowl, including a pipe cleaner and the butane that I would use in my lighter, as opposed to $10, $15 for a stick. But I don't look down on cigar smokers. I'll still chat with them and enjoy talk with them. There's a couple cigar lounges near me where I live back in Carolina that I'm more than happy to go and chat with cigar smokers. And quite a few of them have a question. They just chat about why I smoke a pipe versus a cigar. So have some conversations with them. And I've met a couple of pipe smokers at these places that they're quite similar to me. They smoked cigars for a while, and then they picked up a pipe, and they barely touch their cigars anymore. But with that being said, I want to wrap this up. I want to encourage you to be a better person today than you were yesterday, and be a better person tomorrow than you were today. Smokin' Fred, out.